What's up, guys, and welcome to the next Weekly Ramble video. I'm recording this a bit early, so I apologize. My hair's wet. I just got out of the shower, and my voice probably sounds a little funny, but I hope everybody had a fantastic 4th of July. Obviously, that was yesterday for anybody living in the States. Go us. Woo, I guess. But yeah, hopefully everybody had a great time. We've got a good bit to talk about today, so I will jump right in. First of all, though, I do want to mention we do have a giveaway going on for our 100th episode celebration. If you missed our 100th episode, it is on our channel. You can check it out. It went up yesterday. It was a lot of fun to record, and you will see why as soon as you watch it. So go in, watch it. It's a lot of fun. Stay till the end. There's something exciting at the end. But if you don't know, we're doing a giveaway in promotion of that. And so we're giving away two things. One, you will get a card of your choice from that episode. Which will make sense when you watch it. Basically, Will and I each opened a box of Dominaria as sort of a send-off to the set, because obviously we're getting Core 19 very, very soon, actually. And so what we decided to do is open a couple boxes, answer some questions, and give away a card of the winner's choice. So you actually get to pick the card from there that you would like, and we will obviously send it to you. Everything, I say most things that are like worthwhile we opened. I mean, we got Karn, we got Teferi, we got Mox Amber, we got quite a bit of good stuff, so your choices are prevalent. And so yeah, all you have to do, there's a full list in the description of that video. You can download it and actually look at everything that we opened. Commons and uncommons we did not include in that list solely because we kind of assume you're going to want something a little more exciting than that. But I mean, hey, if you decide you want a common or an uncommon, just let us know and we'll send that to you, because I'm pretty sure we got basically everything. So, yeah. But in addition, we are giving away also a Mirrodin poster that I designed. We've actually gotten the canvas prints back and everything, and we're starting to work on selling those. And to sort of help build that up, and because you guys seem to really enjoy them, we thought, well, let's give away a Mirrodin one. The Mirrodin one is both Will and I's favorite as of right now, and so we thought, let's give away that one. We have already started the print process for that, so that one should be ready by the time the giveaway ends, and so we can hopefully ship this stuff out right away is the plan. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, I would go check out our Instagram. We posted everything there. You can also check our Twitter and things like that for pictures of what I am talking about. But it's basically a tabloid-sized poster, 11 by 17, 16, something like that. Canvas poster that we have printed this on with a wood framing on the back and everything like that. So very exciting for us, I think. We're planning to launch a store with that very soon. And that way we can start selling some merch and selling posters and things like that. So that is what we are giving away. The winner will be chosen on Monday. So if you're interested, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, comment on any video with hashtag 100 episodes. That's all you have to do. And if you do that, you'll be entered. I've already got a good bit of people entered, so thank you to you guys. But if you would like to, you still got a number of days left to do that. And now I'm going to stop harping on episode 100 and our giveaway and everything and talk about Grand Slam really quick, actually, because they are having a standard tournament July 14th. Now, I know a lot of people that are listening are probably not in the Rock Hill, South Carolina area. If you happen to be, I thought it would be good promotion to go ahead and just mention it. It is a standard tournament. It's going to be late afternoon, probably around 5 or 6. At Grand Slam Comics and Collectibles in Rock Hill, South Carolina. If you Google that, you'll be able to get directions and everything if you don't know where it is. So definitely go check that out. Bring your best standard deck that you can find, and hopefully we'll all have a good time. I should be there. Tyler from Burst of Knowledge is going to be there. I'm not sure about Will yet, just because he doesn't know his work schedule, but he's obviously going to try and be there as well. So it should be a lot of fun. I'm not a standard guy, but I'm going to stick it out for this one and hopefully support Grand Slam a little bit. So hopefully I will see some of you there. Excuse me. Had to sneeze there, but I held it in. So the biggest thing in the latest news, other than obviously the release, of Magic 2019, the latest thing for Magic is obviously the ban list, which has been updated as of a few days ago, I believe Monday. And to Standard and to Modern, there were no changes, but to Legacy, we have 2 bannings, both of which are interesting in my opinion. Deathrite Shaman and Gitaxian Probe have both been banned in Legacy. These cards are obviously hugely powerful. Gitaxian Probe a few months back was banned in Modern, I think for good reason. Legacy, I'm a little bit more on the fence about just because it is a faster form. I mean, more broken things can happen, but Gitaxian Probe kind of helps most of those broken things happen. So, to give you some numbers just very quickly, I'm not going to harp on this too much, but Deathrite Shaman was the #1 creature in Legacy, one most played creature, hitting about 42% of decks, which is huge. Obviously, any deck running black or green, like Sultai decks, bug decks, any just sort of mid-range kind of grindy deck is going to want Deathrite Shaman, because not only does he fix your mana and ramp you, but he also can ping your opponent for a couple of points and gain you a couple of life points back if you need it in a pinch. And so it's a hugely powerful card. A lot of people consider it a mini Planeswalker, and for good reason. It is just hugely powerful. So I say this kind of hit me out of nowhere a little bit, and that's only because I wasn't really expecting a ban. But now that they have banned it, it kind of makes sense if you see what I mean there. It's a powerful card. Obviously, it hit a lot of decks, and I do think that the meta kind of skewed towards running it just because it is such a powerful card. It is such a sort of backbone to a lot of these kind of mid-range decks that it enforced, hey, let's build this deck. You know what I mean? And so it shifted the meta towards that a little bit. And so I believe the cited reason was actually to change up the meta a little bit and kind of fix some of those issues. So I'm not surprised, I guess. But I don't know. I like Deathrite a lot, so I'm kind of on the fence about it, but I do think it, honestly, if I'm stepping out of my own shell, I would say that I think it kind of makes sense. Gitaxian Probe is was the number 6 spell played in terms of how many decks it hit and everything like that. And it was basically played in about 25% of all decks, which is, I mean, that kind of makes sense, right? It's basically a combo draw spell. It's a freebie. And the cool thing about Gitaxian Probe and what we're seeing in a lot of cards is that Phyrexian mana is just a little too broken. Obviously, that made it so a lot of modern decks could play it, and they didn't actually have to run blue. This is the exact same thing, where legacy decks that are based in black and maybe have very little blue or something like that can just play Probe, and they get a free look at the opponent's hand, and they replace the Probe. And so it helps you dig. It gives you information. That's a lot of power to pay, 2 life? Max. Like, you pay a blue sometimes, but like, let's be honest, most of the time you're just going to pay 2 life. So it's hugely powerful. It's just a card that helps most decks run smoother, which is why I think it's being banned. Again, I should have looked at the cited reason, but I do believe it's just because it kind of hits everything if it wants to. So hugely powerful card. Again, it's one of those things where it's like, I wasn't really expecting it, but yeah, I guess it makes sense. Like, yeah, I think Deathrite and Probe are very powerful cards. Did I think they needed to be banned? Maybe not. I tend to keep up okay with Legacy. And so, I mean, I see a lot of Deathrite. I see much less Probe, but I do see quite a lot of Deathrite. And I don't know. I think it's kind of fine. I mean, the thing about Deathrite is it's very easy to kill. You just bolt it, or you just fatal push it, or you Swords to Plowshares, like, there's a bunch of answers that take care of it, or you just outpower it. Yeah, it does have abilities that sort of give it value late game, which I think is important because sometimes that can close out a game, definitely. But I think that, there are plenty of answers for it and things like that I don't know if it was 100% necessary, but I will concede that I do think it makes sense based on the numbers. It is the #1 creature, and it hit almost, it was 42%, so very close to that 50% mark, to be honest. And so I think it makes sense. Probe, I see in a lot of combo decks because it's a combo card. It's a freebie. It's great in Storm. It really hedges Storm down just a bit, not terribly, in Legacy because there's a lot of other options for draw spells and things like that. But it does kind of bring it down just a bit. I I don't know what other decks are like the big probe decks. To be honest, I think Storm is probably the biggest, just because they want the free spell, you know, and it's a draw spell, so it gets them further into their deck and hopefully to their answer. So I think Storm is going to take the biggest hit from Probe, but I'm sure there are other decks out there, of course. Most combo decks, I would believe, are going to take a hit from this. And again, it just kind of helps them run smoother, so I get why it's banned. It was probably in the majority of combo decks that are looking to do this, so like I guess it makes sense. But I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about this. We may tackle this in the next podcast episode. I'm not 100% sure. We should have probably waited to record the 100th episode so we could talk about this, because we obviously knew when the ban and restricted announcement was coming out, but we thought, no, let's just make it a celebration episode. So we didn't get to tackle it in this week's episode. We may talk about it just a little bit in the next episode. I gave you most of the numbers here, so it would be kind of a rehashing, but I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. I'm interested because obviously Legacy is a format that I really enjoy. If you've never watched Legacy, you should watch Legacy. It's really exciting. It's very expensive to play, so but it's very exciting to watch and actually understand. There's a lot of small interactions, things that matter a little bit more in comparison to, say, Standard or Modern. And the only reason I say that is things like in Modern, you don't really have to worry about things like Wasteland or anything like that, where you play a fetch land and you can just go get a shock land immediately. Well, if you do that in a format like Legacy and you're on the play, say that's your turn 1 and you play a Deathrite Shaman, it's very easy for your opponent just to then go wasteland your land, and then if you have nothing else, you're just kind of done. Like that can happen very, very easily. Force of will obviously is hugely important in Legacy, so a lot of times you have to worry about, if they're playing blue, which most of them are, then you really do have to worry, like, okay, they could be tapped out completely but still have a counter up, so what do? Do you bait it? Do you play around it somehow? Like, you really have to figure all that stuff out. A lot more small interactions that matter versus other formats. Not to diminish the other formats by any means, because obviously they have their own sort of mechanics and plays that matter a little bit more probably than Legacy. But it is very, very exciting to watch. Very hugely powerful decks. A couple of them just got a little less powerful, but very fun to watch, so I would definitely check it out. And again, we'll probably talk more about this banning of Deathrite and Probe in the future, so stay tuned for that. But again, I just want to mention one more time, go ahead and check out the giveaway. All you have to do is comment #100 episodes for your free chance to win a Mirrodin poster, custom Mirrodin poster designed by us, and a free card from the 100th episode. Again, the list to choose from is in the description of that video, or you could just watch the video. But yeah, we go over all the big ones. So check that out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the 100th episode. Hopefully you enjoyed this weekly ramble. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, though. I hope you guys have a fantastic week and a great weekend. And hope you all had a great 4th of July also. But I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next weekly ramble.